Welcome to Thrift Shop. Today we're going to talk about an entry-level turntable. So who is this video for? Is this for you? Let's say you're a person, you want to get into vinyl, you have no idea, all the turntables that you see look similar. You don't know what brands are good or what brands are bad. You just want to get into vinyl. So you see all these on Amazon, you're not sure which one to pick. This is a video for you. This is not for the seasoned audiophile who's trying to get the nth degree of $1,000 turntable and $1,000 cartridge and $1,000 phono amp. This is an all-in-one turntable, amplifier, speaker system. Just unbox it and you're ready to go, put some vinyl on. All right? So if that's you want to learn about vinyl, entry level, let's talk about it. All right, here's the turntable. On the video, you'll notice the name is Retrolife. Retrolife has multiple sub-brands, Seeing being one of those. So even on their website at Retrolife, you'll see on this model, which I believe is the SY101 turntable with Bluetooth input, not output. So you can play your phone to this and it'll come out through the speakers. So nice touch. If you're just getting the vinyl, this may be the best way because you probably already are using some kind of music streaming plan, and yeah, this probably will work out for you as you build up your vinyl collection. So let's get into it. First of all, you do get a nice dust cover, and it's really nice actually. Easy to install, although any kind of audiophile will immediately take this off during use because this acts like a kind of a wing for all the music to vibrate this dust cover, this plastic, and it transfers through the turntable and out to the grooves, and you don't want that. So feel free to put it back on and off as you need. I'm sure this is entry level and you're not too worried about the nth degree of sound quality, so don't worry about that. Oh yeah, stick around. At the end, I have an unboxing and I have a assembly video. So I show all the parts and pieces. We will talk about a few things in this review of things just to watch out for. So just be prepared. So pretty easy system here. It does have felt cover. I don't recommend using felt, even though this can mess with your VTA, the height that your needle sits. You can see this is a pretty thick felt, which isn't bad. I just prefer, acrylic or a higher end matte. This does make the sound very warm, which I'll talk about how this sounds. But yeah, nothing wrong with this though. The platter is steel. Rings a little bit. As an entry-level audiophile or entry-level person, you shouldn't be worried, but you don't want things that ring. So it'd been nice if there would have been some kind of rubber or some kind of damping material in the back of here, but don't worry about it too much. If you're using the felt, it's taking away all of that sound. And here's the belt system. Pretty self-explanatory system here. Although it is good when you install this to put a little oil down here to keep any wear and keep the friction down. Will help you in the long run just to put a little drop of oil down in there. Put this back on. It does come installed with the Audio-Technica 3600L, which is on a lot of turntables, many. So it's easy. I think it's 10 to 15 bucks if you damage your stylus. Don't worry about it. It sounds fine. It's tried and true. It's been listened to and played on by many turntables, even some pretty high-end turntables. So don't worry about it. The instructions tell you to set this weight up at, I believe, 4 grams, and you actually should be down around 3.5 grams. So you want to go a little bit lighter than what it says. If you are entry level, you probably don't have a scale. I highly recommend getting a cheap scale, just to know where you're at in the range, because the dial indicator on the back of the tone arm here, the increments that you should use are very far off. And when I used them, I was at around 8 grams of weight when I need to be at 4. So maybe if you are not going to do that and you are going to use the indicator on the counterweight, just make sure you use about half of what it says. Then you should be fine. All right, let's get into some more details here. All right, so what you're going to notice here is you have a volume dial. This does have a 36 watt Class D amplifier, so it's relatively quiet compared to an old traditional Class AB, Class A amplifier. It's pretty powerful for the size, and it sounds great. They're easy, you know, well used right now. So the volume dial here, speed adjustment here, and let me turn this on. The button is in the back. We will do a rear tour. We see the red light comes on. We got 45, 33, and Bluetooth. You see, it just paired to my phone. So now we're working. Turns off, pretty self-explanatory. Tone arm does have a lock on it. I recommend using that when not using the turntable. This turntable, while it's not fully automatic, which means that once you move this over, it starts, which is nice. Although it doesn't stop when you get to the middle. And it won't return by itself. I've seen a few reviews of people talking about that, and it will not automatically return. You will have to stop this at the end of the record and bring it back. All right, so now I got a record on here. This is Avenged Sevenfold's brand new album, which I declare is the album of the year. I don't care if you like rock or metal. No genre bashing here, but this album is great. Highly recommend. Go take a listen. It's got some heavy songs. It's got some really Daft Punkish, cool. You just got to go hear it, especially this side right here. So let's see how this turntable works. I currently have it in 33. We're going to start. I'm going to keep the volume down so I don't get a copyright. And there we go. We are all set up, ready to go. Lever back here to drop the needle. Very gentle drop. I really like that. And now we're playing. So there we have it. Lift up, pull over, turntable stops. Lock the tone arm, and you're done. All right, doing a tour of the rear of this unit, and probably one of the most important parts. So first, we have the on-off switch. In a great location, easy to grab behind, it's not in the front. Here's your speaker post. So these are the old springy clip type. This is not a banana plug kind of system. It's fine, it's entry level. Here's your DC 15 volt input, and you do get a little power brick. USB PC, you have either phone or line output. So in phono, you could run this out to your own phono preamp, which is really, really nice. So over time, if you want to upgrade your system, you don't like the inbuilt phono preamp, or you can go to an integrated amplifier. This makes a great output that you can have both phono, where it's coming inside, so you're getting a signal that can go directly to an amplifier, or it's line output, which can go to a phono preamp, which then can go to either your integrated amplifier that already has one, or a higher end one. So you have pathways to upgrade this over time, which is really, really nice. You also have a grounding lug here, very nice quality. So that's the rear of the unit. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now we're going to talk about a few of the other items that come with this. All right. So first of all, this is the speaker wire that comes with the turntable. This is really not acceptable. This turntable, it's $284 on sale right now, normally $300. And this is the speaker wire that comes with it. It's not very long. It's only about 1 meter, and it's pretty thin. But it works, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Is one of the upgrades. Do cables matter? Oh, that's a debatable question. I just prefer a little bit better quality in my cabling, and I'll show you a few as an upgrade option. First option would be go to your local Home Depot, Lowe's, get yourself some what we call lamp cord. This happens to be some pretty high quality copper wire. That way you can make a custom length. It'll fit into the connectors here, and you can always make your own banana plugs if your speakers have them. These speakers that come with the kit don't, so you would just use normal wire to wire into the spring clips, and you're fine. But if you have maybe you want to upgrade your speakers over time, this might be your first route to go. Pretty nice. Another one, it's kind of a classic, and it's kind of cool looking too in your system, because people do see your actual wires. This happens to be a Belkin cable kit. You can find this on eBay. Pretty inexpensive, and kind of see here, it's not really focusing in, but yeah, this is some great wire. And you know, it doesn't have connectors. You can add them if you want. That'll work with this system, and yeah, it kind of looks cool in your system, and you know, style is everything, and this kind of helps. And lastly, you know, you can go all full out, and it's pretty high-end ribbon cables. I'm not saying you're going to do that with this system, but just showing you pathways to upgrade over time if you see fit with this turntable. All right, here are the speakers that come with this system. You get 2 of these with grills. You can see the one over here has a grill on it. This is the grill off. You have a soft dome tweeter, pretty nice, and you get a nice paper cone woofer. It's like a 3.5, 4 inch, you know, right around that size. So it's a relatively small speaker. We'll turn it around. It does have nice rubber feet on it, so it's not going to damage your furniture. And yeah, you get a nice little port up top, and spring clips here too. These are larger than the ones that are on the actual turntable, so you're not gonna have a problem if you do use bigger wire. Pretty light. They aren't the heaviest speaker in the world. I think the whole system together is around 21 pounds, to put it in perspective. So you know, it's entry level, it's fine, it's gonna get you running. And we're gonna talk about some upgrades. Before we talk about upgrades, we need to talk about sound. How's this thing sound? Yeah, it's 36 watts, okay? So don't expecting this to rock your house. This is an enjoyable, safe listening level. Entry level, you're gonna be fine. And as I mentioned, you have many pathways to upgrade with a line out or phono out to higher power or better amplification, still using your turntable. So great pathway, entryway into vinyl. And how does this thing sound? With the speakers that come provided with this, it sounds very warm, very lush, very nice. With a few caveats. If you see the pretty pictures, and I'm gonna show you some pretty pictures somewhere, maybe I'll pop one up now. If you see a turntable on a cabinet with the speakers on that same cabinet, that is a no-no. The sound from the vibrations from the speakers will go through your cabinet, into your turntable, back up through your needle. And that is a feedback loop that you don't want to have. In this case, I could get the volume up to about half level with the speakers on the cabinet before it was basically breaking up. So the sound, everything is fine. Using the Bluetooth is fine. Had no dropouts. Walked around my house with my phone. No problems, no dropouts. It's Class D, so it's very clean. It's not gonna, even though the actual Audio-Technica cartridge is very warm, very lush, you're not gonna give a lot of very high-end treble. very pleasing to the masses, which is very, very good. So it was a nice pick by Retrolife seeing to use the Audio-Technica 3600L. Classic choice, works great. And you can always upgrade over time too. And if you want to go to something a lot more better, exotic, you can do that. Although I wouldn't recommend that being your first case. The Bluetooth, again, is very clean, very analytical, great sounding. So it's great. Just don't put your speakers on the same cabinet as the turntable. That also goes if the turntable has one of the speakers, you know, right down here underneath. No, don't do that, okay? Stay with this style and get speaker stands. You can buy them for 25, 30 bucks. Go buy bar stools. Just go set the speakers on the bar stools off to the side. Get this new speaker cable, run them longer, and it'll pay dividends for you. Things will sound much better. The speakers, you know, they have a small woofer, mid woofer, so you're not going to get super extended bass. And you could use the line out in the back to add a subwoofer if you wanted. So that is, you know, one of the options that you could do with this turntable. So overall, great sounding turntable. For 300 bucks, you get everything you need. You don't have a stereo at home. You know, maybe you have a teenager that wants something in the room. It's not going to be too loud to bother the whole household. You can get loud, but it's not going to shake your walls. And that is fine. That is great for an entry level. Someone's bedroom, perfect. Yeah, this is the gateway turntable to going to higher end turntables, and that is fine, and it works great. All right, now finally, let's talk about some upgrades. All right, first upgrade I would go with is a set of speakers. And you don't have to go with a $1,000 pair of Focal Cora 806s. Just happen to have these really close to me. I just want to pop them in. Here they sound. This totally transformed the sound. You get a lot more high-end treble energy, much more bass with the larger driver. I think these are higher sensitivity. If you don't know what that means, speakers are rated in like 92 dB per watt. And the higher the number, the easier they are to drive. When you only have 36 watts on your turntable, you want a higher sensitivity speaker. So something like the Focals do great. You don't need a $1,000 pair. You can probably find a $200 pair, even a $150 pair on Amazon, and that would be your first upgrade. Again, don't put them on your cabinet like I have them here. This is just for demonstration purposes to show you. I'll actually show you one on a speaker stand in a second. But that's a great option. And you can use the same wire. I got the same wire, that red wire that came with it, plugged in here. And this totally changed the system. You know, it sounded fine before. Now you're getting into something a little more serious. And it sounds great. So that'd be my recommended first upgrade. As I mentioned, here is the same Focal Cora 806. Not the same, actually, it's the right channel, but it is on a speaker stand and it's not on that table anymore. So we can see here, that is the proper way to do it. And in this case, you're actually at the right ear height listening for soundstage, imaging, and those things where the musicians are between your speakers and you can place where they are. And this does a great job of doing that. Not only when they sit on the cabinet does it, the vibrations become an issue. The actual reflections of the sound coming off the cabinet actually reflect and change imaging and disrupt it. So no speakers on cabinets. Keep it away from your turntable. Put them on stands. All right, so let's say you've got this turntable. You've already got the speakers that I just showed you. Don't have to be Focals, they can be anything. And you're like, oh, I need more power, I want better. This is your next option. This is the Fosse Audio BT20A Pro. Claimed to be 300 watts of output, although you need a higher end power supply that comes with this. This is $89 on Amazon. You get one input, or two really. You get Bluetooth on the right side, that's a Bluetooth antenna, and you get a line input, which you can come right out of this unit with a pair of RCA cables. Plug into this, your speaker cables can come out now here, and you have banana plug connections, or you can use the wired. You can put them through here, and this thing sounds like my $1,500 Musical Fidelity M3 SI integrated amplifier. It is great. You get tone control, so you can add the bass, the treble, great volume knob, and you can even upgrade this with the power connector to get you the true 300 watts. So small, this thing can sit right off to the side. You can put it right here and run your system. That would be my number 2 upgrade. And I think that's where I'd end this, because going past this, you're looking at upgrading your turntable, going to something different. And I think for most people, most out there, this is fine. This setup is fine. You can run this for a couple years. You build up your collection. Maybe you want to, your third upgrade would be a new phono cartridge. Maybe you want to get into the $150 range, $200 range, something a little more exotic. All cartridges are not alike. They do give you differences in sound, and maybe you can learn that. It's something many people enjoy, me personally. And I love phono cartridges. I will swap them out once a day, once a week. If I want something a little more aggressive, I'll switch it out. If I want something more relaxed and nuanced, go to a different cartridge. So I have many cartridge reviews on this channel. Absolutely love it. Have a shootout, a 10 cartridge shootout for under $500. One of my most popular videos, and maybe go check that one out when that time comes. But just go use this. You're fine. First upgrade, go get speakers, put them on stands. Second one, go get yourself a little Class D amplifier like this for $89, and you have an amazing sounding system. Amazing. Okay. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Make sure you keep watching for the unboxing and setup. Please like, subscribe, hit all the little notifications right down here. Help out the channel, small channel, help me grow. I will have information about this product, its links down below. They're not affiliated links, so I get no money for doing this. The turntable was provided to me by Retrolife. They did not tell me what to say. All thoughts and opinions are mine. Thanks from the thrift shop. Bye.